Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Crash Bandicoot 2 playthrough, where we are about to begin World 1. And when I say we're about to begin World 1, I mean we're going to take a secret backdoor entrance back to World... Did I say World 1?
Yes, you did. I think what Lewis meant to say was that we're going to a secret world in World 2 to go back to World 1 so that we can get a red gem.
So that we can properly 100% World 1 before moving on to World 2.
Yeah.
And this is the
first... Lewis won't acknowledge another world until he gets everything in the previous world. So every world is World 1 until he gets the red gem.
The trials and tribulations of a kleptomaniac. Anyway, the first secret warp is easy to find, not so easy to get to when you're playing with a D-pad. You have to make a pretty precise jump off of those two boxes to get to that platform. And you disagree? I've always suffered a case of sweaty palms when I jump with a D-pad. As you can see, we're actually at the top of Cortex's old tower now, which is why we can see both of the other islands from Crash 1.
That's pretty cool. They pretty much have the same motifs as the Cortex castle levels in the first game.
Mm-hmm. It's implied that those mechanical warps were built by Embryo so that they could lead specifically to the gems he's looking for.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no plot explanation for why you can get to this warp room, and they're just secret warps hidden around the levels.
Or why Brio just can't, warp Crash to where he's standing. But
Past me, what are you doing?
Trying to get all the Wumpa fruit.
Stop that!
I think Lewis is going for a record of most time wasted.
Well,
that's an easy one. All you have to do is leave the game on and just drop the controller. Go for a walk.
Play Desert Bus. I just played Desert Bus.
Okay. Now, this is ice physics, the level, so it's going to be a bit precarious getting from place to place. Oh, God.
Well, there are no boxes to get here, so you can't just kind of go through it.
Ice physics have never really bothered me all that much, because I'm always the kind of guy who will just run forward and not really care. So, the fact that I can't turn all that well, who needs to turn?
Crash needs to turn. You haven't played Cold Hard Crash.
Yeah.
Now it's time to blaze it. Run!
Yeah,
Run! Run!
Slide jump, my man. Slide jump.
And this mask makes kleptomania so easy.
I would have just waited. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah. I would have just. Oh, why should do that?
Because I saw the mask was gone. I just let go of the controller. I'm like, what?
Aku, no! I can't live without you.
And
no, really, I can't. This place is so dangerous.
Because I screwed up so badly there, we actually got to see one of this game's pretty amusing death animations. It has a lot more death animations than Crash 1 did. And Crash 3 continues that tradition by adding a lot more. And this is the part where I start playing the game like I really should have been the whole time, by just running through.
Chalk it up to whether, a streamlined level design or something like that, but Crash 2 is one of those games I find really fun to just go really fast in. Like, especially when memorize the level layout. It's quite breathtaking watching Crash just maneuver through everything with finesse, assuming you know where everything's at in the first place.
Yeah, especially when you have analog control. The control is pretty damn good for that. You can be precise and quick at the same time, which I think is important in a platformer. I don't really get that out of... There we go. That was the redo I was looking for. And if you're wondering why I wanted the invincibility so badly, that was why. That one section kills me all the time. I hate those sections where you have to maneuver around a whole fuck ton of nitro boxes in a 2D section.
Yeah. If you noticed, and I'm pretty sure it's because Lewis is well aware of it, but you were sliding for a little bit there, and then you had the steel crate that protruded your path for a second, but you took your time to jump over it. Crash, for whatever reason, holds onto his momentum for a few seconds.
So when you jump, you go flying.
Yes.
It's extremely disorienting. But yeah, you have to wait until Crash's animation comes to a complete stop. Otherwise, he'll keep that momentum until you jump. And
you already got the box gem, Lewis.
Yeah, but I wanted the extra life.
Yeah, I want to get it again.
extra lives always respawn in levels. So, well, I should say they respawn in levels every time you go through them. But if you die and then if you die, you can't pick up the extra life again. It'll be replaced by, I think, a 10 Wumpa Fruit box. Editing, it's magical.
I like
now
that
we're actually going
the beginning
to
of that
play
cut start with a
Air
thumbs
Crash.
up.
Yeah, that was his. When he goes on the elevator, he'll look down when he's going down, or he'll put his point his thumb upward to direct it upward. If you're just standing on it like a dumbass, he'll alternate between the two for no apparent reason. Just like, okay, go up, no, go down, go up, please. Now, what am I doing? Why am I skipping the boxes?
You can't get all the boxes in this one for a while.
Oh, right, yeah, that's right. This one, I think, has a backdoor entrance, does it? Yeah, it has a backdoor. Just like Snow Go just did, actually. But this is one of those annoying levels that has a backdoor with boxes in it. And, yeah.
So you just run through, get the crystal.
At the very least, when you take that back door, when you finish the back door,
It takes you right to the beginning of the level.
At the beginning of the level, you don't have to backtrack.
Yeah.
It's funny because...
It's a door.
Yeah.
You thought that was a sex joke, didn't you? Anyway. Waiting for these things. Death path time.
Death routes.
The death
Oh,
paths.
wow. Oh, what a waste. Oh, wait, you're holding on to it. Oh, I'm thinking of Crash 3 then.
Yeah, Crash 3 takes it off.
Yeah, but the timer still runs while you're on the platform. So, yeah. The death paths only spawn if you reach the death platform without dying in the level, which I can do reliably well in this game. But, basically they have really timing-intensive platforming that can dick you over if you're not careful about it.
In the American version of Crash 2, once you board the death platform, it'll never go away.
Yeah.
In the European version, though, it's gone if you die at all on it.
In the death platform, too?
Yeah, on the death. Well, yeah, on the death. Once you already... If you board the platform in the European version, but you die in the death route, it's gone.
That's...
So...
I pity you, European fools. Oh, geez, that must have made Cold Hard Crash a pain in the ass like nothing else.
I'd imagine so. Oh, so you use the bonus room glitch. But going back into the whole analog control thing, I'm not so much of a stickler for it with Crash Bandicoot specifically, if only because
it's time for some animal abuse. Hold on, this is important.
Does everyone have their notes
we all know
down?
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's random as hell secret, but if you just repeatedly jump on the polar bear, you get a fuck ton of lives. I think those lives respawn if you get a game over, but they don't ever come back.
I can't remember the last time I ever got a game over in this, so...
No, me either.
Do they respawn when you turn the game off and turn it back on again?
I believe so.
And lives save in this game, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
That's an easy way to max out the counter, I suppose.
Well, yeah, but if you need to do that to max out the counter, you're doing something wrong. Look, I'm only in World 2 and I've already got 54 lives.
Okay, well, not everybody's you, Lewis.
No, that's actually true. Crash 2 it will murder you if you don't know what you're doing. For example,
so many scrubbing
Exhibit A, this room that you have to get through.
Did you just jump through the door?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a secret.
It's a secret room.
This is one of the more god dang it rooms, although I did discover this completely by accident my first time playing, because I was like, why are there so many nitros in this room? Should I get to the other end? Is there something there? Yeah, there's a wall you can literally phase through in order to get a green gem. Now, I should note that whenever you get a gem in this game, even if you die and have to go back in the level, you keep that. You still have it, yes, and that's something you can exploit to save a lot of time.
Yeah, that's why we wanted you to die earlier.
Yeah.
So you can walk on the water in this, or is it just like shallow water?
It's very shallow water.
Okay.
There is slightly deeper water in the sewer levels that will force Crash into a slow wade.
Huh.
If he's ever submerged completely in water, he instantly dies, though. That is a mechanic that they used in a one level in Crash 3, where the water is constantly rising and lowering. I hate that level. That level can go die in a fire.
By the time you get to that level, though, I think you have the death tornado spin, so you can just,
which saves you a lot of time, but the water sections are pretty long. And you have, and for the box gem, you do have to sort of faff around in it to get the boxes that are laying around.
Yeah. One thing I was saying earlier, I'm not so much of a stickler for analog control in Crash Bandicoot games, specifically only because I played the first game a hell of a lot, which didn't have analog control. And to me, most of the level design in Crash doesn't really require a lot of 3D movement. Especially when you got like 2D sections here where I only worry about going left and right. You know, you can utilize the Z-axis if you want, I guess, for the sake of, say, maneuvering around the occasional nitro boxes in your way. But you know, I'm 95% of the time using the D-pad for Crash games, even with something like Crash 3.
Yeah. The thing is, on the forks of the road, the apples will always lead you to the crystal. So whenever you reach a fork, except for that last one, which leads to this dead end, just follow the apples if you're not looking to get the green gem. But the analog control in Crash 2 is actually really good, considering they added it later. It's not like the analog control in Gex 2 and Gex 3, where you're still stuck on the 8 cardinal directions, which I hate, by the way, because that destroys the point. The Gex games handled analog control really poorly. It was basically another D-pad that was slightly more comfortable to use, but still a D-pad.
The real question is, when are you ever going to record those, Lewis?
I'm actually working on it now, as a matter of fact.
Yay!
Yay!
Rejoice, you'll see it in 3 years.
I still haven't beaten Rez, though. Fuck
what
that
are you waiting
boss.
For?
The last hit is bullshit. It's so precise that hit has caused me to game over 3 times. We'll get to it when I get to it, but you'll understand when you see it. So, hanging sections, the introduction. They're only ever used in the sewer levels here. I think they're only used in the Arabian levels in Crash 3. I kind of like this, but
off the top of my head, yeah.
It's a little awkward from a camera perspective.
That I always find jumping onto the grade itself a bit finicky.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if you should just tap the jump button to get on it or hold down the jump button. Because I counted a lot of times where Crash would momentarily grab it but then immediately let go.
I never really had that problem, but there aren't really a lot of places where you need to jump down in Crash 2. In the Arabian levels, they usually have platforms with stuff on it below you that you can drop down onto, but 2 doesn't really do that.
No, the problem, I'm mostly referring to Crash 3 with the great problem. Not so much
Crash got a Chaos Emerald.
And a crystal.
And may I just say, this is the only game with interesting sewer levels ever.
Here it is. This is the Bolden level with the steel crate and the pathway.
Yep.
Yeah. What was it called? I missed the level name.
Crash Crush. Yeah, that's what's got to happen to you a lot of times.
Yeah. I got this one in one try too, fortunately. I think I did anyway. I don't remember having any trouble on the chase levels. But yeah, there are only a couple chase levels in this game. The first 2 are boulder levels, and then the 3rd throws a giant fucking polar bear at you out of nowhere. Which they showed off in trailers a lot. It's like, oh look, giant polar bear. This is cool, right?
Well, actually, polar bears are relatively warm, not necessarily because of their fur, but because they have a fat layer of blubber.
And then they drink Coca-Cola.
I see what you did there. It wasn't funny. It was terrible.
Well, no, I thought it was funny. And the reason I think it's funny is because you're all cringing in pain. You see, puns aren't funny. Your reaction to puns are funny.
By day he is Ted Weason. By night he is Pungent Man.
That was a pointless tangential path there.
And a pointless tangent, too. Hi-yo! Anyway, the mines... Oh,
Wah!
well,
Oh.
they can disorient you for a little bit. But they're
Yeah.
not lethal.
The real danger of a mine is that when you land after being launched,
Oh,
you
wait,
stop
is Crash
dead.
Actually looking at the... Is Crash actually
Yeah.
looking at the boulder? Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
He has animations for when he's being chased, and for when he gets to a gateway while he's being chased. Although that last one can be vaguely annoying when you want to just get the boxes that are all under the tunnel.
Yeah. And if you're really close, if you got a really close call with the boulder, by the time you get to a checkpoint, he does make a daring leap.
Ah! Yeah, okay. I lied when I said I didn't have any trouble with this boulder stage. I made some really idiotic jumps. Ow.
Mines don't hurt you at all. They just...
They slow you down.
They launch you up, and when you land, you stop dead for a second, so they do slow you down, yes. But you have full control over where you go while you're flying through the air, so... yeah, watch it.
I think
Bonus
I finally
level.
understand where Dimps got their inspiration now, though.
Wait, what?
Speed boosters going in a straight line, occasionally jumping every once in a while.
You know what? You're
yeah.
not the only one that was thinking of a Dimps joke either, because I saw Lewis deliberately jump over his speed booster earlier. He was playing too much Sonic Rush recently.
Yeah, that was, I don't know why I did that. I think at this point I was getting a little nervous about the boulder and just jumping whenever I saw something in front of me. But,
Boulder chasing me. I just take my time.
But yeah, the boosters actually only appear in the boulder levels where speed is a thing.
No,
You
they
can
appear
get-
in one of the B levels, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think it was digging
the B
or
levels.
behaving.
Yeah, but my point was they only really appear when you're being when there's something you can get chased by, and the bees qualify in a weird way. Except you can kill those if you're fast enough.
More so the hives that launch a single bee and not the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, you can kill the group, but don't try it. You'll get yourself killed before you master the art.
of swatting bees.
Yeah.
My God.
The B levels actually use the same environment pieces as the boulder levels, actually.
That wasn't
Yeah.
too bad.
No.
The one part of the level I should have died at, I got in one go. Good job, past me.
That's the recording curse.
So, I think the part's over except for this. Crystal,
Or Crash Dance.
Emerald, and fuck you, game, I
Bliss.
win.
Suck it. Suck it.
And I'm spent.